Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Here's his toy. Tony, you're alive.
Yeah, we are. I'll turn on the sound. There we go. Hi, Allison. Welcome.
Diary of a Vegan. Mother's Day. Thank you, Allison. Thank you.
I think I typed today.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers and the fathers who are mothers, grandmothers, aunts, uncles. Hi, Jaman TV. Thank you so much for joining us today.
That neighbor next door who is there.
Who?
Neighbors play mother's role all the time.
Oh yeah, the neighbors. Yeah, just the person next door. Yeah. We have that a lot. I mean, once when we had Xander, he was in the backyard and opening the gate to go outside. Remember?
Yeah.
Is a neighbor who charge up and say, "Baby escape, baby escape." Oh my God. Yeah, thank God for neighbors, right? Who else is on? Omar. Hi, Omar. Thanks for joining us. Who else?
Some people are really quiet because it says there's 18, but only about 4 persons said hello.
Maybe they're driving.
Yeah, maybe.
Some person's driving. I know some of you still cooking a Sunday dinner.
It's more than Sunday dinner though today.
I don't see with the glasses. I forget my glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking with who?
It's Mother's Day, so you do like a whole spread.
A whole thing going on. Yeah, we have that in our household as well, right? So Rachel and Brent trying to get it together. While we do this. Anthony's on. Hi, Anthony. So
Hi,
is Doreen.
Anif Prince. Happy Mother's Day. So tell me, what did everyone do for their mom today? Outside of just calling her and saying Happy Mother's Day.
Call, maybe text, WhatsApp.
Or send her an emoji.
An emoji. I got some of those today. Yeah, Omar is driving. I figure, yeah. Persons are driving still. In some countries, Sunday is not like Jamaica. You know? Sundays they actually work.
Yeah, I realize. But we're working.
Right, yeah. But I mean, like full-blown work, as in everywhere is open, even the banks.
Even the banks?
Wow. Yeah, in some countries. Hi, Horsdead and Comfort. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you. Thank you, Anthony. So, Tony, what you want to tell the people today? It's Mother's Day, right? So, what would be a very good gift for a mother today?
A house.
A house. You know, you're not going to say that. I knew you were going to say that. And if not a house, then something for her house. Right? But preferably
the house.
The house. So if your mom did not get up a house, then maybe you could consider next year for a house, right?
Or even join in with her. Or maybe she just don't have enough money for a house.
Or maybe she have the deposit, but don't have she can't qualify for a loan because of her age. So if you're young, join with your mother. Because I mean, she's going to need somewhere to live. Can't be rent forever or catch with family forever. You know what I mean? And you will also need somewhere as well. What you can get for 12,000 US, 12, I'm reading that
No,
wrong.
I think it's 120,000.
120,000 US. What can you get?
How much is that in Jamaican?
Sounds like 18 million.
Can get a house
If the
in
dollar
Spanish
is
Town.
150. Can you get a house in Spanish Town? You can get a Belica, but we sold out. We only have one actually, 18.5, 2 beds, 2 bath. What else you can get? You could get a Bridgeport, sold one for 19. Can I still get that? What the Bridgeport's going
If
for
it's
now?
unimproved.
Unimproved, all right. Spanish Town, Portmore. We're going to show you what you can get later on. But you definitely can get something for 18 million Jamaican dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Can get Spanish Town, you can get McGill Palm, Whitewater Meadows.
Unimproved.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can get Jacaranda. You can get all of those schemes on Old Harbor Road, everybody. Mm-hmm. Yes, you can. This is Beverly saying hi. I think I might have to get my glasses. Beverly saying hi. All right, so let's get into it. Thank you so much for joining us today. Tony, you want to come up with our PowerPoint? All right, so we're going to try and keep it tight today, everybody. Last week we ran away with it, but I guess because we were new on live, go to the PowerPoint first before you share. So bring it up on.
That's the thing. I won't be able to see the screen.
All right, so
I
I'll tell
have
you
to
what.
share first and then.
Why you won't be able to see the screen?
Because I won't be able to see it after the PowerPoint comes up.
Is that so?
Yeah, so.
Remember to go to slideshow.
All right, and then you tell me what's happening.
I might need to get my glasses. All right, so we're on.
No, it's not on yet.
Yes, it is.
Now it's on.
Okay. All right, so thank you, everybody. So I'm Claudia Davis, real estate broker in Jamaica. I'm in the area of sales, rentals, and auctions.
Before you go on, maybe I should have it where they can actually see us and hear us. Because right now they're only hearing us.
Okay. So
let me see if I can do the other version.
So what version is that? Oh, we had that last week where they could actually see us.
Right. So let me see if I can do that again this week. There. The right one is selected. I'm not seeing it.
Which is which one?
This one that says picture in picture. And then I have the other one, which is split screen. I don't know why it's not showing. All right.
You sure you had our split screen? You must choose.
I should choose the one that says picture in picture. This is on the split screen where we're half
and half. Oh.
And then this one, it should be showing up at the bottom.
It might, but it has a delay on it. It's probably what
Think it's a delay?
Yeah. Let's go ahead. Let's see.
Okay.
All right, so everybody, you're in the presentation. You can actually keep the comments coming. All right, just keep the comments coming, and we will take the comments afterwards. All right. And while I'm doing the presentation as well, remember if you have any questions, then you can chat. Today we're going to be a little bit hot because we had to change locations because of the internet. We're having internet problems, so we had to connect directly, so we had to change location. So we don't have our usual cool air and breeze and fan and the whole 9 yards.
Summer's upon you though.
Yeah, it is. All right, everybody, so I'm Claudia Davis, real estate broker. So I'm in the areas of sales, rental, lease, and auctions. My numbers are on the screen, 292-6776. And of course, I have Tonya with me. Tonya is also a real estate salesman, and her areas are sales, rentals, and leases. Now, our motto for this week: if you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. And if you know neither your enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle. Now that is from The Art of War, Sun Tzu. Actually read that book a couple years ago. Had to read it for strategy. Sun Tzu have some very good points. Now you're wondering who's your enemy. So we're going to talk about that, because the truth is, if you don't know, let us say real estate, and that's what I'm going to liken it to. In real estate, you have certain things that you could call your enemy. So if you don't know who the enemy is, you don't know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. So if you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. So I myself know that one of my weaknesses was procrastination. I would wait and don't make a decision. So I had to work on that, right? So I know myself, but I also need to know my enemy in whatever strategy I'm trying to do. So if you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, so like me, I procrastinated, but enemy. So what am I procrastinating against? Or what enemy is this? So if I know myself but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer defeat. Because you know yourself, but you don't know the enemy. So when he creeps upon you, you're not prepared, and you don't see it coming, right?
Right.
So you get defeated anyway. You're gonna suffer defeat. If you know neither your enemy nor yourself, you will be killed in every battle. You will be killed in every battle, guys. I have to know that I procrastinate, or I have to know that. So let us say your thing is an exam, and you procrastinate to study, or you wait too long. You don't know that it's going to take you to study this material. You don't know yourself. You're really that weak, but guess what? Because you don't know yourself, you wait and wait and wait. And then the day before you start to study, you think you're going to have any victory?
No, that's you. You get to cover half the material.
Yeah. So your victory is no victory. You will succumb in every battle. Real estate, you know yourself, right? But you don't know the enemy. You don't know the enemy in the real estate. And you can't tell me what you think are some of the enemies in the real estate. What do you think is an enemy in real estate?
Time.
Tony says time. All right. So let's bear that in mind. Tony's saying time. You can put in the chat what you think. All right. So time, definitely. All right. Now the word for the week is inflation. Can I tell you? Inflation is one of the biggest enemies in real estate.
Inflation.
Yeah. Okay. Inflation measures how much more expensive of goods or services has become over a certain period of time. So from 2019 to 2023, what has been the real estate movement in price?
Why?
Right? So you might have found that a house in Mona was selling for 30 million. Same house in Mona is now 70 million.
Right, and I can state for a fact that when we were right at the start of the pandemic, when we were selling like Gil Palm, those were 9-10 million.
Right, and now they're at 18 million.
Yeah.
So inflation measures how much more expensive a set of goods and services has become over a period of time. Inflation. Now politicians have won elections with promises to combat inflation, only to lose power after failing to do so. Inflation was even declared public enemy number 1 in the United States by President Gerald Ford in 1974. I got this straight from the IMF website. So you see, even politicians know that public enemy number 1 is inflation. How do you combat inflation? Now, inflation is all of us, because the truth is, inflation starts because somebody wants more, right? So the man wants more for the bread, more for the flour, more for the wheat, or more for the inputs that go into these things. So bread is wheat. A man who harvesting wheat, and now, man, I need more for my wheat, man. And he raise the price. Then him sell it to the bread person who making the bread at the raised price. Him raise the price next. So you, the consumer, end up paying more. So because that raise now, suppose you make patty and bulla and whatever out of the flour too, your price raise. When you have to put it into your shop to sell, you have to pay some overheads. So you have to raise the price that you would sell the bread for in your shop to pay your light, water, and stuff, because all of that raise too.
Right.
So the inflation really starts with all of us. Somebody wants more for something, and there it goes. All right. So the word of the week is inflation. Now, back in 2019, the then Prime Minister, still our Prime Minister today, Prime Minister Andrew Holness said, now is the time to build a house. Now is the time to buy a house. Now is the time to be optimistic about the future. Now is the time to build a new Jamaica. He said it. I remember doing a video about it in 2019. Remember, we were driving in Portmore, and he said, now is the time to build a house. Now is the time to buy a house. Now is the time to be optimistic about the future. Now is the time to build a new Jamaica. 2019. Now it's 2023. Do you still think now is the time to build a house? And now is the time to buy a house? And now is the time to be optimistic about the future? Do you still think that?
I still think that.
Great.
I mean, I think we're still building Jamaica.
Yes. And as I've said to persons, the cranes have gone up. If you hit, the cranes have gone up. Some massive road improvement works have gone on. Barbican Road, which other road you can think of? Constant Spring Road, all those roads. Mandela Highway have been improved. If you allow those cranes to come down and you have not moved with the now is the time to build, you have not moved with the movement of now is the time to build a house, now is the time to buy a house, now is the time to be optimistic about the future. If you have moved with that movement, you're going to be left behind.
Right, because the developers have lots of new developments have gone up since 2019.
Listen, and lots of persons have bought. They've also listened, and also persons from overseas, not just Jamaicans, persons from overseas, non-Jamaicans have also listened, right? So he says, this came about.
It's not going to show, so I need to show them if you want to show them the screen.
All right, show them the screen. All right, so we're switching into a Facebook page by the Jamaica Gleaner. Is it open?
Not yet.
No, I mean the screen is open. So it opened a while ago when I clicked on it.
Right, but not
all present yet. I don't know why it's not working where you can't see us in it, guys, but I hope you can hear us very clearly. And what is it I'm trying to present? So I've said to you that inflation is public enemy number one. Well, not me say it, the politician. I just believe him, and I'm sharing it. And if you take on to it and believe it too, then we know what's happening, right? So are they seeing it now?
I'm checking. It should be showing now. Yes, it is.
Okay, so I'm on the page for the Jamaica Gleaner. Jamaica Gleaner is a long time publication that we have in Jamaica. The Gleaner man even drop off one today for me. So Prime Minister Andrew Holness today announced, this is March 19, 2019. So I got it back from here, but I remembered it and I went and looked for it. Now is the time to build a house. Now is the time to buy a house. Now is the time to be optimistic about the future. Well, we listened very well to the Prime Minister, and we was one of the people who run with Meta Jamaican language now. We ran with it because we consolidated and we started moving with it. Because if the Prime Minister come and said that, he is the head of the country. He must know something we never know. Now, this was 2019. I don't think he really knew about the pandemic. He probably had other parameters why he was saying that, like the new infrastructure road projects that were coming on stream, and the fact that the south in St. Thomas to Portland, that new highway would have started, the continuation of Highway 2000 into Mandeville and so on. So he had that kind of information and knew to be doing infrastructure work and all of that and make the place look pretty. And we know when place look pretty, your price of real estate gone up, right? Because all of a sudden you know it look attractive. It's like you see a young lady that she look one day she decide to bump it up and step out. And that's the time when you look at her, right? Sure. But by that time, the value gone up, guys. So he, at that time.
And this was March 2019. The pandemic was almost like a year
after that, 2020. So you had time. You could have organized yourself. Now, Tony, I wanted to look at those interest rates. See if you can see them. My eye dark has them, but I said.
See if we can pop it up.
Oh, it can't. Great. I never ever thought of that. All right. So the current applicable interest rates at the time were 0 if you were earning a minimum wage of $12,000 a week. You also got 0 interest rate. Me, I never interest rate for the loan. And the income bands were minimum wage to $50. Now, what was the minimum wage at the time? I'm not sure. But it would have been below $50 per week. So persons who were getting minimum wage to $15,000 per week could have gotten a loan at 0% interest rate. Still, because currently it was 0, proposed new was still 0, right? If you're $12,000 to $20,000 per week, the interest rate was 2% and the government dropped it to 1%. If your interest rate at the time, this was 2019, if your income at the time was $20,000 to $30,000, the interest rate was 4%. The government dropped it to 3%. I think who was in this bracket? Rachel was in this bracket. So her from this is my other daughter, Rachel, dropped from 4% to 3%. And if you are over 30,000 per week, your interest rate was 6%, and the government dropped it to 5%. All right. So you're going to say, oh, Miss Davis, the money that gets 6.5. Let me see the next one. One that gets 6.5. I couldn't buy no. All right. So the loan amount, $5 million, current interest rate 6%. Proposed monthly payment was $38,000. It's even less than your rent, right? Interest to 5%. Your monthly payment went down to $34,000. Now, if you were paying a landlord $38,000, which landlord did I come tell you? Say, oh, you can't now pay $34,000. Where on the planet was that going to happen?
No, landlord's rent always go up.
Yeah, but look on the big one now. Say it was $32,000. Your loan amount 5.5. You borrowed that. Interest rate at 6. That interest rate dropped 3%. Your monthly payment went to $27,000. So you actually had a savings of $10,000. So right across the income bands, there was savings. I know my daughter Rachel got the rate cut. Sure, she never done nothing sensible with it anyway. But she got the rate cut, right?
But I think we had encouraged her to continue paying the same amount.
Oh yes, that's what we did. We said pay the same amount just in case you have a bad 2 months, 3 months. That money is there and it can still cover some of the mortgage, right? All right, come on to that, Tony. So we're gonna look at the comments now. So after after the cleaner publicized that this is what the Prime Minister said, let's look at some of these comments that persons were making in 2019.
Where?
Same place. You just need to scroll down.
Oh.
On this same page.
Okay. There we go.
Are you all seeing the comments? Tony, I can read a comment.
Even with that 5% 5.5, you still have to 7 million out of pocket to buy a decent house in an okay community.
And what is he calling a decent house in an okay community? What is his parameters on that?
Somebody else says never could and never will be able to. Wow, that's a downer.
Yeah. Wow. Why do you think that though? Why do you think that you couldn't use 5? We sold houses of 5.5, haven't we?
This person is trying to say immediately the realtor them said house costs more. So the poor will still unable to afford that NHD house.
The realtors. So the realtors are the enemy now. So, all right. So one word now. So the third comment, realtor seemed to be the problem. Second comment was seems to be poor.
I never could and I never
will be able to. All right. Fourth. And the prices of houses. This one.
And the prices of houses will go up by 3 million.
All right. Expectations.
Does it matter if JLP or PNP? All who are comment and no have a house, go get one. All who inherit them family and have NHD but don't need it, still go and get a house and rent it. Can't lose in real estate unless you are Croft. So unless all who want to comment rich and all right in life, stop with that.
Okay. So this young man, Alejandro Fernando Hansen, I don't even think that's a Jamaican name. He could be from another nationality, right?
It says he's a top fan of the Gleaner.
He is. Okay. Alejandro, I think you put it right. Right? Because above that Tony skip. Big up the what? Scandals when you are something or another. No sellers are gonna increase the price. All right. Me no qualify. What you qualify? Hey, excuse me, you qualify and have a deposit for the mortgage. So she's talking to the other person who said go buy a house, right? NHT money belong to us. And we're not getting the benefit as we should. The amount they're giving us can't build house and then borrow 1 billion out there for finance budget. And we can't get the amount of benefit we're supposed to get. Now, if the benefit is 6 million and you don't go for it. So the benefit was 1 million, you don't go. It reached 3 and you still don't go. 4.5, 5.5, 6.5. The government has announced recently, come July 1, it will be 7.5. You think some of these persons still will not go?
No, they will still say can't buy anything. I find that some persons' expectations of their first home is just very high.
Nothing is wrong with that. But you must back it with money.
Yeah, but they literally have no money other than the NHT benefit.
Well, whose problem is that? You think that is inflation, the government, interest rate, NHT? Whose problem is that? Who more than anybody can decide if they want to buy a house, get up and go find a house and buy it?
Because I keep looking back at your Fairview Park home and I'm like, when I was small and we were living there, I thought it was the greatest thing. Now that I'm big and I'm looking at it, it's literally a mattress box.
And it's literally a dog.
Right, but it was a start.
Yeah. Because that house was actually below the road level. They was fussing. Victor Mutual was fussing with them. The house below the road level and this and that. I said, listen, me no business with them. I just need to get into the house. Sign off on the thing, give the people the money and let me get to the key.
And the bedrooms are small, remember?
Yeah, the bedrooms are small. Everything. They gave us carpet, which after a while was just, plus we had flood out everything.
They have to change the carpet.
Yeah, but listen, guys.
I didn't come with as much design as the new house.
No design. We talk about design. They might get water tank, solar heater, fan in a house,
gated community,
ceramic tile, gated community, football field down the road, tennis court. Oh, come on. What is there to be complaining about? Someone get palm tree, grass. There's nothing really.
Yeah.
There's nothing really.
They're getting a lot more now.
Of course, two of you can come together with a 6.5 or a 7.5. And I tell you, if you wait on that July 1, 7.5, maybe you can't do it. Because when I finally decided to go to Spanish Town after much pushing and prodding, I bought 175, 200 with inflation. That's 200,000 Jamaican, everybody. Don't get it sticky. 1989, 200,000 Jamaican. Across the street was sold for 250. Just across the street in phase 3. If I'd waited, I would not be living in Fairview Park.
Yeah.
It would be maybe somewhere else, but not Fairview Park. All right. So Tony, we need to get back. So
okay.
You have to think. I would say don't follow the comments. Don't follow the crowd. The goal is to get the real estate. That's the goal. Remember, a piece of real estate will outlive you and me. Are you going back onto my PowerPoint?
Oh, sorry.
A piece of real estate will live far much longer than me and you. It outlives us, right? It's the only thing, and I keep saying it, it's the only thing you will have to show for all the years of working. All the years that your boss putting money in your bank account. If you don't have that piece of real estate, next slide, if you don't have that piece of real estate, you won't have anything to show for it, right? I'm looking back here now and I see this slide comes up that says Palmetto Pines. We have anything new to talk about on Palmetto Pines?
I think we're still waiting.
We're still waiting on a developer, but that's the website there, palmettopinesja.com. You can go on it. Palmetto Pines, 200 house lots are being sold on St. John's Road.
Starting at what, 3,000 square?
3,000 square feet. That's the size, right? What I'm waiting on now are the developers decided to put some, to give you, to take the trouble out of it for you and give you some house designs that you can just run with, right? So they've decided to do that. So they're designing some 2 and 3 bedrooms or 4 bedroom houses that you can purchase one of these lots.
What just happened?
I just lost my bracelet. Let's hope none of the children come right here, so right now. So the thing is, the developers are trying to design, so that's what I'm waiting on. Also waiting on the price for the lots. And then fly the gate. But those of you who are smart and have been listening to Miss Davis a long time, you know you must wait till you fly the gate. Once you fly the gate, it's all over. Do not wait. So Spanish Town is Palmetto Pines on the outskirts of Spanish Town. So if you want to get there, you can go on to St. John's, continue on to St. John's Road, come to the intersection of Featherbed Lane and Job Lane and Fairfield Boulevard, continue straight. When you continue straight, the scheme is going to be on the left, just as you get to a blue and white building that is supposed to be a police station. But the government, they have not yet commissioned the station. In that general area, sometimes there's flooding when it rains very heavy, very, very heavily. But all of that will be repaired. The development is definitely, the engineers are put on their hats, find proper drainage systems that will mitigate all of that. No more flooding, no more of driving in water and all of that. It's going to be a beautiful development. You will have full perimeter fencing. It's going to be gated entrance. You'll also have lawn tennis court, basketball,
tennis, 6-a-side football field, and jogging trail.
Right. And in front, you will also have a commercial with your supermarket and all of that. Full fencing right around. Ladies and gentlemen, stand by for those. You can go on the website. We've already put up the application form. What we haven't put up yet are the prices, right? Also, the map of the development is there. If you want, you can go and visit the Palmetto Pines location. Those of you who have visited already, you can put your comments in. But as I tell you now, don't look at what you see there now. St. John's Road is slated for a whole heap of development. We drive that road to get up to the Bellyacre community. Those of you who saw me selling those 2 years ago, well, person start moving now and them get them key, them happy, them doing them thing. right? So go for it. Go and look at it. Give me a call. I was out there this morning as well, showing other persons. So don't wait for me to fly the gate, everybody. You know better than that by now. By the time I fly the gate, it's just a lot of rush and stuff. So if you're interested, get onto the website, send through your application, go to NHT. You don't need to go to NHT again, sorry. What's the name of the website again? nht.gov.jm. There is a link there on the front page that you can now apply for your eligibility letter. Just go on that link, sign up, and log in and apply for your eligibility letter. You don't need to go to NHT's offices anymore. All right? If you're not understanding, you can email them at wecare@nht.gov.jm.
It's pretty simple though. Once you go to NHT's website, you register for NHT online portal, and then once you register for NHT online portal and you log in, if you are eligible for a letter currently, it populates the letter right there for you.
Oh, it does. Excellent.
Yeah.
And you can just print it down.
I just print it down.
Perfect.
Right.
Perfect. So you don't need to run up and down, because I guess NHT already have your, them know your job, them know your income and all of that. So them tell you how much you're eligible for.
Right. If you know you're eligible and you're not seeing a letter there, then you can screenshot that you're not seeing it, and then email them at wecare@nht.gov.jm and send them the normal stuff you'd send them, and then they'll correct it.
Oh, great.
Because what happened, the system is new.
Right. So might not have everybody's
might
info.
be glitching on some people.
Right. So do that, everybody. No, you don't need to wait now and tell me, Miss Davis said, run up and down, forget job letter from company. And I tell you, so we are moving with the times. So you have to move with us. You have to come run with us. Don't get left behind. All right.
And what I noticed with it too is persons who are employed, especially to those larger organizations, their own is on the system right away. But if you're self-employed, it doesn't come up as quickly. Okay. All right. So NHT, everybody, get the letters. 2 of you come together, join. And I should also tell you, NHT is also allowing 3 of you to join. So mother, father, daughter, mother, father, son, son, daughter, 2 daughters and a mother, 3 sons, 3 sisters. Any combination of family can join together and get. So if each of you qualify for the 6.5, they qualify for how much that? 18. Somebody do the maths. 6.5 times 3. That's what you qualify for. And you can stop paying rent. And don't tell me something you can't find house to that. Or don't tell us that you can't live together. Yeah. That's the thing now. Oh, so I have an excuse. I understand them can't find house now. Them can't live together. Can't live together. Can't live with my sister. My mother and share the bathroom. Oh my God. Sorry, fool. So you have to change your mind. But you have to at least buy the house so you can add the other bathroom. Yeah. You know something? In the end, you all end up together. I know, right? You all end up same place every Sunday or every weekend, same way. So have somewhere that you can pretty up and work together, right? All right. So next feature is the Jamaica government and real estate. All right, Tony, let's get to this article right here. So the next feature, the Jamaica government and real estate. What does the government treat with real estate? One of the things that we don't seem to understand in Jamaica is that the crown owns the land. Remember that. In any country in the world, the crown owns the land. In our case, we have a government. Before that, we had the King and the Queen of England, and they owned it. We got our independence, and then it was vested in the crown. So it's vested in the Jamaica government, and when you pull a title, if you see it marked Commissioner of Lands, the Commissioner of Lands is who controls the lands for the Jamaica government. There was actually a short question in relation to this. The person had purchased a property. They wanted to know why they see the previous owner's name on the title still. Oh, because the title shows the history still. So the title, it doesn't change, you know. The original title does not change. And it shows who owns it before you, how much they paid for it, and all of that.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can see. Now, back in, are you on?
Tried. I should be on now.
Those of you who know North-South Highway.
Hold on, not sure.
North-South Highway. I drive that highway every beautiful road. I actually love it. Mount Russell not going to see me again. Right? Bye to Faith Smith. Tata. It's a beautiful road. I like to drive it. Now the type of car that I'm driving come with turbo. So once I go so boom boom, and my foot just touch it, it just shoot. But you have to watch the 80. I still have to watch the 80. Still have to make sure that I'm not clocking over the 80. But man, I'm telling you, it's very tempting when you're driving those cars. Work style, listen to Beanie Man and people in the surround sound system with the 7 speakers. Oh my God, Tony, just blow you away, right?
What it changed?
What are you to do?
To get.
Did you do the steps you did before with the other?
I did. Okay, join.
All right. So back in the day, this was an article that came out in 2017. Chinese to be areas on St. Anne lands. Finance Minister Audley Shaw says the government has now sewn up the transfer deal with China Harbour Engineering for lands at Miami Bay, St. Anne, under the $5,700 million concession agreement that Jamaica entered into with the Chinese firm to build the North-South Highway. Environmental lobbies protest transfer in 2015 when the government indicated that registrations had begun to have the lands which are west of the famous Duns River Falls to check. So everybody, when you're coming out, landing now in Miami Bay, those lands to the right, if you turn right, going towards Duns River Falls, those lands to the right now belongs to check. All right. This was in exchange for the highway that they completed. The French doing it first and them couldn't manage the terrain. And the Chinese said, come in. I said, no problem, man. We have the whole of them equipment. We have a know-how, we have a technical, we have the crew, we have everything. And they came in and in 2-2s highway bill. You know, some of you will say, what government give away land to the China then? They didn't give it away, it was an exchange. These lands are sitting on one of Jamaica's most important limestone plateaus. The Roaring River property also has immeasurable historical value, as Marcus Garvey's grandfather and entire family were enslaved there. China aims to build on these lands, and in so doing, will upset the entire water system in the Rio Bueno watershed management unit. This will undoubtedly result in serious environmental problems for St. Anne and Jamaica, and seriously disrupt the ability of the government to provide adequate water supply to thousands of Jamaican citizens. One blogger argued in a May 2015 post. But Shaw made it clear that the transfer is a done deal. That's well underway. We now are looking at the incentive regime that will govern, but they have big plans for the construction of a major hotel. It includes 700 or 800 rooms, as well as another section with villas and apartments, shopping areas, and so on. It is a very plan that Czech has. These are housing plans. Also, there are housing plans also for areas along the corridor of the highway, special economic zone in the economic areas, Shaw said in a recent Jamaica Observer interview.
I wonder when it's coming, but this is from 2017.
It's coming. That is going to be a next article.
Oh,
Tony don't know what I'm presenting, guys. All new to her, just like new to you. So that was back in 2016 or 2015, based on this article, 17. But the plans were in motion before, right? Mm-hmm. Went through 2 successive events and they did sign off on it. You're thinking to yourself, no, the government giving away everybody land, I would say they exchanged it for something better for the future. Think about it, guys. You have your piece of land in the bush. Some persons run and leave it. Persons still sitting on it. Some persons looking around, but them cash poor. Them can't do no development. If you make them own life better, them in a party. Take your real estate rich or your house rich, but your cash poor. The roof won't fix. When rain fall, you flood out. Not even a new bed. The spring mash up, long time left you. Things life hard, don't it? You suffer. But guess what? Your granny did that 100 acre land. But for some reason, you can't see it, you can't make this in a something.
You probably don't have the brain capacity.
Do it. Are you saying the Jamaican government don't have the brain capacity to do something?
They probably don't.
They probably don't.
They're focusing on crime,
you know, reduction and all those other things that come into the picture. So here comes a man.
Important than development, like
here comes a man now and says, still, you know, say, just swap me piece of the land. Just give me a little piece of the land. I will build a road through here. I will call it toll road. I will collect the money for the next 50 years. But after that, you're picking them up rich. Because after that, them collect money forever. It's a good deal or a bad deal. I know some of you sitting there saying, what Miss Claudia talking about? What kind of spin that shack up on with the teeth? But think about it in your lives.
But like, what's the point of sitting down on 100 acres for 70 years and doing nothing with it?
And doing nothing. As a lot of our lands are right now. Idle. Absolutely idle. All right? Now, remember what I said first, you know, we don't own this land. The only land you probably own, you don't even own it. You're just the holder, not the owner. Holder, Holder. The crown owns all lands. When you buy a piece of, you're the landholder. You're to use the land to your benefit and your family's benefit. If you don't use the land, government will come back and say, listen, you know, use a land and so make me take it back. Tony was giving me a story the other day on that, actually. That story you were talking about, the farmlands. You want to tell them how it goes?
Sure. I think it's in England. Gives to the landholders to subdivide their large acreages, smaller parcels, nothing bigger than more than like 5,000 square feet or less, so that persons could rent them and then do farming on them. And a lot of young persons actually took up the incentive and are now farming these small parcels just to feed themselves and their own families.
Right, so that could be something you could do. So if you're sitting on 10 acres, 50 acres, you don't know what to do with it. You're not putting a road on them something there, right?
No.
Just maybe like a little tractor come through so the people walk, or them can drive them 4x4 pickup. And you rent the little parcel and make them farm. Don't wait for government. And some people listening to me right now. And may just force you to do it. But that's a way you could actually. Some persons went the lease route, where they lease to the land and you put out your house. But these persons wanted control of their land still, so they want to do farming, which is some crops, which is something that them can easily bulldoze and, you know.
Right, so somebody said it there, they said it's called an allotment.
It's called an allotment, right. No, the truth is, remember, you're the landholder. So when you get landholder position, so your father owned the property, you come now, you have holder position. You are to make use while the haze shine. Don't sit there with the title land under your arm, under your bed, and oh yeah, man, they put on 10 acre land and we will look round it and say, what on earth is going on here? Guys, come on, get with it. All right, Tony, next. So everybody, I want you to think, why did the Jamaica government do this? Was it such a bad thing that they did in giving check 1,200 acres of land? Boy, I don't know if I give them so much land still. But I guess at the time, the cost for the highway, and we need to get back to the slides. Let's check to the cost of the highway. The fact that China seems to have been the only set of people willing to back out their money and complete the road for us. And it is such a game changer. Because of that highway, the entire North Coast has been opened up to the South Coast because of it. I use it almost I use it every week, not almost. I use it 2-3 times a week, not to be kidding you. And it opened for me too. Because I'm now able to zip to the North Coast, sell a property, and get back into Kingston for dinner.
And what I liked is that, like, I don't drive, but I use the Knutsford Express. The journey on the Knutsford Express so much quicker.
Yeah, so much. And it is so relaxing. I had to use that Knutsford Express from Portland. So I went to Portland with my friend, looking at real estate. Him decided to come back in at the night, in at the curfew. I said, back up, me not going into no curfew. Me going to stay overnight at a hotel, which I did. And in the morning, I got a taxi, went on Knutsford Express. Such a beautiful ride. They took me to Port Maria first, and I went to Ochi. No, Port Maria first. Then drive past Ochi, I went to Draxall. And then I came into Kingston.
Okay.
But I never mind it. It was very nice, very relaxing, everything. Me not have to drive on it, just perfect. Thank you, Knutsford Express.
And none of that, so when I leave on the Knutsford at 6 a.m., by 10 minutes to 7, I'm in Draxall.
Really? The man shut it, man.
Well, there's no traffic at that hour.
There's no traffic.
Just driving.
And the drivers are so pleasant. Everybody at Knutsford Express pleasant. Thank you for a good service, guys. Really, really, thank you for a good service. All right, let's get to this news now. So make we see where the China Harbor people them say them about it. So, you know, and this is again forge partnerships. We have to look to see where our strengths are. We have to look to the future, what it is that we are going to be leaving for our who leave behind. So I guess the government of Jamaica was thinking that. Do we sit on this land, have the north-south highway there, we can't reach to, I don't know what point the Chinese took it up. I guess it would have probably been from Livingston, because after that, a pure hill and gully, Tony. It's flat to Livingston, but after that, a pure hill and gully. And I guess the French live on flat land because they couldn't figure out how to bridge it or how to do it. But the Chinese came and did it. So Minister Babsy Grange, she says, this was revealed, more than 700 housing solutions are to be constructed at Miami Bay Estate. And she made this announcement April 21st, 2023. Right? More than 700 housing solutions are to be constructed at the Miami Bay Estate in St. Anne. This was revealed by Culture Minister Olivia Grange at a ribbon ceremony for the Miami Bay Water Wheel on Thursday. She said, China Harbor Engineering Company. Sorry, everybody, I have a cold. Tony, you want to continue?
She said, China Harbor Engineering Company is to undertake the venture, which will include restoration of the Miami Bay Great House. Where is that? Miami Bay.
That's to the right where you see the water wheel. When you exit the roundabout, you normally go left. And we go in Draxall. So, but if you turn to the right, like you're going to Ocherios, as you come out, as you roundabout and make the right, they have now actually restored the wheel. There was a water wheel there that was used to generate electricity, I guess. Yeah, they have now restored it. I think that was done on a TDCO, which is a tourism product development. So they have actually restored that. So all of that land
and everything.
I don't know. I have to look at it. But all of that land is the Miami Bay Estate, and somewhere in there should be some great house that I guess are going to be renovating, right?
Right.
And she also said that they announced that the corridor along the North Coast Highway is to be declared an entertainment zone. So listen now.
Which corridor is that?
That's same Miami Bay. So if them build those houses there, so are you one? Don't argue with the people when loud noise their ears. Because that entire area.
So Dunsborough Falls?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh, that would be so nice, because right now it's kind of like before you reach it.
Yeah, that, trust me, I look forward to it. So, casino, some nice, big, nice nightclubs.
Yeah.
Look like a real,
all the way to Ochi.
if the Chinese do it like a real Vegas.
Oh, yeah. That would be nice.
I mean, planes will be here like no tomorrow. And ship. Yeah. I would say Good job, stuff. All the ministers involved in getting us to this point. I personally believe I've done a good job. And I was on a tour Montego, I think it was on Friday, Thursday. And there's this beach called Harmony Beach that they've actually renovated the whole beach. The thing nice. I wish they would just duplicate that right across the whole island. All of them beaches will look like garbage dump. Just renovate the whole thing, and I'm just proud of my country when me show my people in Jamaica, I can say, yeah, beach, free beach too, Harmony. It's free. You just walk. All right, Tony, are we there yet? I see the time running up on me. All right, so today I should tell you that we're gonna go back to this. We're gonna have a special guest today, actually. Shauna is gonna be coming on and telling us about her real estate journey in Jamaica. And we're making a push now to get more persons to tell you have done it and what they have done. I think it's important that you all learn from other persons, not just me, but Antonia, but how they did it. So even later today, Tony's bringing out another video. Is that video out yet?
Not yet.
She's bringing out another video where I'm talking to Latoya about her journey and how she maneuvering the whole real estate and earning more money and all of that.
You'll bring about the slides?
Yeah, let me see. So Jamaica government, remember, the lands are vested in the crown. We are land holders. So we have the ability to do what it is that we need to do for families and ourselves while we hold this land. But as Tony reminded us, if you don't own the land, the government still have the right to come and say, listen, you're not doing anything with this land. Just like how they took back some land for the same highway. They took back some land for the highway because they wanted to do that highway. And they're also maybe taking some lands. So that same area, Mami, to Discovery Bay and beyond, will be a dual carriageway. So that, look for that, that's coming. That's improvement all around, guys. So get on the train because, well, the train actually leave already. So has a ship. You think it leave the docks? It leave the docks already. So you have to make some catch up now. You have to do some catch ups.
Right.
Lands that I was selling in Draxall have now doubled. So anybody who bought a land for 99,000 US now can sell that for 200,000 US, right? So get on it. Now EPAY, I introduced EPAY last week. So EPAY, you can transfer from USA to Jamaica. The fees are $2.99. There's a sign-up form. You want to drop it in the chat. So there's a sign-up form that I will have to sign you up. So those of you who need to send from the USA, so we're just in the USA for now. Those of you who need to send money from the USA to Jamaica to pay a mortgage, to send to somebody, for them to maybe pay a light bill or to do something, but you need to send money to Jamaica, you can now use EPAY. I give you a link and you can use it to sign up. All right, so you use it to do the transfer, but I have to actually sign you up. You can send up to 1,000 US a day. What it requires is that you have what's called a Visa debit card. So the money goes to your Jamaican account. So if you have some school fees that you need to pay out here, the person we're sending it to, they're the ones who I would sign, and they would give you that link, and then you would use it to send the money directly to their bank account. So my link is in the chat. The minimum you can send is 10 US dollars. So if you're feeling generous today and want to test the link, you can send me 10 US dollars to see how it works. That's how it works. So you would have the link for yourself, your link, personal link, and you can now use it to send the money that you need to send to your bank account in Jamaica. Maybe you're saving, maybe you need that money to pay your mortgage to be able to transfer. So instead of going to the bank and paying 40 US, 50 US, and all kind of things, you don't need to go in the bank. You sit down right there on your bed and do a transfer. All right, so that's the e-link. So one of them is my link, personal link. And the other one is a link. If you want me to sign you up, then you would sign up that link so that I can sign you up so that you can use it to send money to your account from your bank in the US to your bank in Jamaica, or from your bank in the US to somebody in Jamaica who you want to send it to. All right. Is this the time that Shauna comes on?
Let me check.
Kind of had to change locations too because the internet was sketchy. Yes. Yeah. YouTube subscriber of the week, Shauna Addison. Is she on as yet?
She's here. Let me try and connect her.
Or you're gonna try and connect. Let me just check. Have we been getting any questions?
There are a few questions. Yes.
Hi, Shauna. Can I see you?
I don't think can she hear you?
Can you hear me?
All right, let me make her live though.
I can see you. All right. So Shauna is gonna just tell us a little bit about her journey in this whole Jamaican real estate market.
Yes. So where do you want me to start from? The beginning, Miss D?
Why, Shauna? Anywhere you want to start from.
Well, you know, I need to start with Palmbrook, you know, because that's how we connected right before COVID. You did a video about Palmbrook Estate, and I'm like, you know, Miss D, I want to do it, you know, I want to do it, but I can't do it because I don't have the money for me alone do it. And you're like, grab some family members, and I tried and it didn't work out. And you know, teasingly, you're like, Shauna, you don't make opportunity miss you. And you're very right about that. A lot of time we tell ourselves we cannot do it, we need this and we need that, and we not do it, and then we miss out. And last week you did talk about using your human capital, using people around you to get to where you're trying to go. And so that fell through. Then I'm like, okay, Miss, help me find piece of land. Again, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try it with some folks. And then EcoStead, right? We come up with EcoStead and jumped in, and that took off, right? So that's working out. Then I came to Jamaica and we met for the first time. What? The last year we meet for the first time? All these years we're talking, just meet what? 2 years ago, right? I think we know each other forever. And we met over by Camelot. And you said, Shauna, you know what I want? And I said, boy, I don't know. And you said, listen, I don't put on your name already, so just come. And boy, I'm not gonna lie, Camelot gave us a run for our money, but like you always say, luck, right? Pray about it. You know, use your human capital. You know, run after it. Don't wait, guys. If you see something, you just hear about it, start run. Call Miss Davis, right, Miss D? I'm a call and I'm like, Miss D, you know me hear about this development. And you say, what? What that? And before we know it, it's up and going. So the minute you hear about it, contact Miss Claudia. The reason, guys, why I was afraid to buy in Jamaica is because I didn't have anyone in Jamaica I could trust. But I have a lot of family, but you cannot give them your money for carrying nowhere because you're not going to be there. So that drove my fear all these years in not doing anything in Jamaica. And like that, I met Miss D, and you know, I have somebody I can rely on. It's there, no question. I don't have to worry about nothing. Anything I can call, follow up, no problem whatsoever. And so we went after Camelot, right? And back and forth, bank, borrowing from the bank, working with the bank, patient. The one thing I've learned, you know, going after real estate in Jamaica, if you think you're patient, you don't know patience yet. You really have to take your time, call, follow, keep calling, you know, mind your P's, mind your Q's. It's Jamaicans, you see, we're full of ego. So, you know, sometimes you have to say sorry, all one of them step on your toe. But it's been a great experience. Glad me listen, cause you know, Miss D used to laugh off of me and say, yeah, Shauna, get so much Palmbrook they know. And I said, boy, I can't believe I miss out. Right? I couldn't live that down for probably what? A year and change. Time Palmbrook come up, get so much Palmbrook there. But the lesson in all that is to go after it. You know, don't second guess yourself. In the book club, we've had Miss D had a book club, and I went through that book club 2 times. Why? Because I just like hearing the information. And the one lesson I learned, big lesson, is that whenever you see the opportunity, sign up for it. Do not allow yourself to second guess. Don't allow others. True story. Family members say, oh, them now buy a Jamaica, and Jamaica this and Jamaica that, and all kind of bad things that go on in Jamaica. Them a murder people, them a do this to people. And every time I go to Jamaica, nobody now look for me to do me nothing. Me not then away where nobody a shoot and a loot and a do anything crazy. So that really has no impact on my life and what I'm trying to accomplish. Furthermore, we're not focusing on real estate where we're gonna have those issues anyway. You know, so it's been a great experience. I live in America, live in a great community and everything else, and I miss Jamaica because it's home. It is home, you know, and every day is something new. The school that I work, the head of security just now to email, you know, their kids going around threatening to bring back to bomb up the school, you know. So, you know, growing up in Jamaica, I never experienced. I mean, I have nobody are bringing gun or nobody are trying to bomb up the school or, you know. So it just make you miss home. And now that I have a kid, you know, I want her to know her Jamaican roots and to have that foundation. A lot of what we're seeing today is an issue, people not having roots and foundation. So trying to get her back to the basics. But Miss D's been great. We cannot wait for EcoStead. Can't wait to show it, talk about it. You know, but can't tell me no more. No more. So yeah, it's been good, guys. Definitely, you know, Missy is a person you want to talk to. She and Tony, they'll get you there. And she is a wealth of information. She has never steered me wrong. Or when me think me know, me don't know. She know everything because she's been doing it for years. So trust her.
All right, Shauna. Thank you so much. It look like Ati today, though.
No problem. You know. Bye, guys. I'm gonna keep listening.
All right. Bye. Right, everybody. So you heard Shauna. You need to just dive in. Just go for it. I mean, I've never heard anybody say they regret buying a piece of real estate. It's always, I wish I did buy it. I wish I did buy it. You know what I mean? There are so many that I myself missed. Yesterday or day before yesterday, I saw something pop up, which was something on St. Michael's Terrace. And Mr. St. Michael Terrace? Yeah, I know St. Michael Terrace. My good friend Jackie lives down at the end of St. Michael Terrace in Sandy Park. And as a matter of fact, Jackie was the one who was instrumental in me signing up for the army. Because I used to hang out with her, and then one day she did sign up the form. She said, Claudia, sign up the form. So I'm signing up the form, and the rest is history. But I tell you, I see the thing pop up, 170,000, 70 million for the property. So I send it to Jackie. I said, Jackie, you know, she said one place I sell on the road for 170 million. I know the one in the corner sell for less. The one in the corner was sold for something like 30-something million.
Right.
And it's a massive apartment complex going up there now. Right? So the inflation really carried that one. Where can I find the questions?
Right here. We were on it.
Rachel, can I get some water, please? Here's my cup. All right, so I'm gonna do the questions now. Remember, drop the questions in. Safi, if you're assuming 300K, I think you should move that price. All right, so yes, Hills of Draxall will be slated for another development. We only did phase 1. Phase 2 coming up. We're trying to finish up Fairway Estates first, which is across the street on the seaside side. So we'll finish that. Then yes, we're bringing up Hills of Draxall. You have the form that they can put on the names. You built one for Hills of Draxall? No. You built a generic one though. That said St. Anne's, St. Catherine. So Tony's gonna put up a form. If you're interested in developments in whichever parish, you can complete that form so that you will be on the list, and as soon as it comes out, you'll get it. So Safi, you're assuming we'll start at 300K. Safi, we're already selling Fairway Estates, which is across the street, for 350,000 US. So do the maths on that.
More like they may come out at 400K.
Yeah, do the maths on that. Safi's asking another question. It's precast, yes, that is paradisiac. Precast. Looks like precast is not a cheaper option. These expensive will be nice to live in, but not fit for rental. Too expensive. That's correct. So if you're looking to get cash flow from rental, then yes, the prices of these homes may be too high for the cash flow, right? Kenrick, would you do a fee sheet of all expense in buying a house? All right, I'll do it next week. Tony, what he wants is a closing statement.
Okay.
For the buyer side, that is not too much money though. It's the seller who pays the bigger fee portion of that. I'll do it next week, Kenrick. Or if you have one, you have anyone can bring up?
Not on this machine.
Not on that machine. All right. Safi, what do you think of Lancewood Meadows? Seems too far from the main road, very quiet with nothing much going on. It depends on what you're buying it for, Safi. Persons who certainly buying it to live, they really don't need nothing much to be going on, do you? You just want to go home to your quiet peace and go in your bed.
Plus, if you're living there, you probably don't want a lot of things going on.
Exactly. So, it's an exchange, which is a very busy communities like Spanish Town or Ocho Rios or any of these busy places thanks Rich, that you can think of, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so Steve, container house. I said I'm
keeping frame.
I'm trying to stay away from that container house thing, you know. I'll show you something next week on the container house. So the container houses are being built by, what's the name of the company? Somebody please put it in the chat. Trying to remember who is building it. But I did a comparison and I realized that I can build that same house for the same price. Why you might have a challenge in your head with the container house is because, so personally for me, I think the container houses are temporary housing, right? Mm-hmm. Temporary housing, where you would put that on if you don't own the land. Mm-hmm. But if you own the land, you don't want to put down something more permanent, I would think. Like a block and steel. Mm-hmm. Something that your children will come and see. I don't know if a container house can last 100 years. Can it? I don't know.
Maybe.
So if you're building a container house, so the container house is 8 feet by 20. 8 by 20 feet. That's 160 square feet. That's 160 square feet. No. If you were building before the pandemic in 2020, we would tell you that is 10,000 Jamaican dollars per square feet. Somebody do the maths, put it in the chat. 10,000 Jamaican dollars per square feet. So how much would it cost you to build a 20 feet by 8 feet house out of block and steel? That's like the container house. And this is with toilet and everything. Anybody put it in the chat yet?
Kingston Logistics, Sophia says, and she says they're too expensive. A studio is a whopping 2.3.
All right. And that would be a studio, which is a 160 square feet. So somebody tell me the maths. I might have to go to the maths. I can't do the maths in my head, you know. Not that difficult. It's intense. 1.6. It's intense. So it's 160 times 10,000. 1.6. Right. It's intense. So in 2019, before the pandemic, we could have done the same size there for 1.6. But the pandemic hit, alas. Now we're running at 15,000 per square feet.
She says the studio is a 20-foot container.
Right, 20 by 8 feet, right. So it's 160. So now we can do that for 2.4 mil. How much I'm selling you the container for? 2.3 complete. So here is the thing now. If I really wanted to spend the 2.3, I think I would be better off putting up at 8 by 20 square at 20 feet by 8 feet, which is 160 square feet out of block and steel, and spend the 2.3 to 2.4 million building that.
I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate with you. It takes too long to build that 160 square feet.
Can't take long. This will be something.
Because you're gonna have to figure out the contractor or the mason or the tiler and the roofer when you can just pay Kingston Logistics the money and then put that down for you. Complete.
That's the easy way out. You know what's about easy things?
I know, but like the average person don't have the skill sets.
You don't need a skill set. You know, only for people who can do building a small building like this. Can't close your hand and do it.
Yeah, but
there is no architectural detail in this.
I know, just like but 20 chances are you have your dead 2.3 million. It's gonna go into cost overruns.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't, but it probably will. And then you're gonna end up with an incomplete studio that if you just give them the container money and they put that down for you, you get something complete and done.
I don't know.
But I do like the permanency of a block and steel structure. So I would go block and steel all the way. I'm not even sure if these can do hurricane and flooding and all of that.
I guess I would bolt it down to the concrete, to the pad anyway. But and
I just feel like someone with a chop saw can get in. You know what I mean? So like
somebody with an angle grinder.
Yeah,
somebody just bore a hole in the wall.
So I'm not sure.
No, they wouldn't bother with that too. They just come through the door or the window.
What I would do with the container is not for something for me to live in personally, but if I was doing like a small retreat, and doing Airbnbs that are unique, then I would design several container units on the property and do that there.
I would only do that if
I can change up the property in the future. If I want to move a container here, move a container here, stuff like that. Instead of having all this whole heap of block and steel on the that I cannot move.
That you cannot move.
If my design or the villa changes its shape.
Yeah, or if the purpose changes.
Yeah. So
container houses are used for. So like we're going to use a container on Palmetto Pines as our office. It's temporary. So when you come to visit us there, you will see us in a container. But it's, as Tony says, it's what I said, it's temporary. And then we'll take it up and move with it when the development finish. So,
well, you know, as a realtor, it would be a good business model to add to our portfolio of work and say that we now sell containers. I mean, persons give us their container listings and we sell them. Because it's another way of living, or for whatever purpose you have it for, you know? Because I do see persons trying to sell their container shops, right? But it's not a big market.
Not a big market right now. Yeah. And I hear Sophie to be saying that she thinks it's expensive. They're too expensive. A studio is 2.3 million. Will a bank lend money to buy a container home?
I wonder if the container is gonna go up in value, like how
real estate, like how block and steel go up in value, right? When when you spend 2.3 and put on and buy a container, put it down, because you have to own the land too, guys, or have access to the land. When you put on that 2.34 million into that container, as Tony says, will it go up in value? I don't even think so. As much up as the black and steel house look and as packed down as it look, it never go up in a value.
Right, because I'm thinking a shipping container would now be a used item.
Yeah.
Used items go down in value.
Right.
They don't generally go up.
Right. It's a used, oh my God. Yeah, that's another spin on it, Tony. It's now a used item. So put in the chat, tell me what you all think. And I am on the no side now to use them as permanent homes. That's the side of the fence I'm on. What side are you on?
I'm on the side of yes, they can be used, but for what purpose?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For housing purpose, I'm saying no.
Yeah, but I would use them for housing, for Airbnbs, housing for retreats, housing for cabins.
But not permanent housing for a family.
Not for a family, no.
Okay, but temporary housing for those things.
Yeah.
Touristy type stuff.
Right, a little shabby chic hotel. Yeah, I'll use them for those things.
Okay. Tell us what you think, everybody. Plus one, Kingston Logistics refuses to say anything about building permits. You don't need a building permit for that, though. You just...
Because it's not going in the ground.
Yeah, you just prepare the area, a pad, a concrete pad, and then they bolt it down to that. You don't need a permit for that. Because it's, as I said, it's temporary housing. Right?
You know what I would use it for? It's if you have large acreages of land that's not being developed, I would invite business people to bring their containers of small businesses and create like an economic zone with the containers as the shops that people then come and do their shopping and stuff.
Oh, they do that now in Old Harbor.
Yeah.
Kind of ad hoc.
Oh, it's ad hoc.
Yeah, you do it in Old Harbor. You can go and put your container down and you pay the lease for the spot that you have.
Right.
Thank you, Carrie, for the Happy Mother's Day. So people are not here yet. So nobody tell me if you don't like the container house idea or not. I just think that I wouldn't want to thrive to live in a container as my house for my family, me and my family. I really want a black steel house. I don't know. I'm just kind of biased.
But I think though in the States, not necessarily container house, but tiny homes on a whole, because they live in first world countries where the real estate is really expensive. Some persons just can't get there. They're using these tiny homes to get out of debt, downsize their debt, and get into more permanent housing for themselves rather than being rent poor every month. That's what they're using them for.
All right. See if I missed any questions. What is the process for getting a land equity loan? That I learned this week that at least Jamaica National, and to check the other banks, Jamaica National don't give equity loan out of land. I didn't know that was a thing. I thought there was a piece of real estate, you could have pulled the equity, but
not land.
Not land, guys. That's Jamaica National. I checked the others this week, I tell you, but land, no.
But I wonder why not.
All right, so they refuse to give a report on the container itself. Also, they said that it will last up to 30 years if maintained. No, so that's not long enough for me. So if I buy it now at age 30, at age 60, I'm going to have to go buy another property.
You're homeless.
I'm homeless. The container deteriorate.
Okay.
Thank you, Sophie. Thank you for the Happy Mother's Day. Would the container house stand a Category 3 hurricane? I wouldn't want a container. Category 3? What Category 5? Get licked by that already. Yeah. Would it withstand it? I don't know. Well, we have seen containers all over Jamaica that seem to withstand it, but I've seen some of them rotten down too, especially if you're near sea. If you're near the sea and problem.
Maxine wants to know if you know any draftsman in the Mandeville area.
Yeah, I used to know. Yeah, I do.
Wait, man.
I do, you know. I do. You can look it up. What's our question?
Somebody wants to know.
WhatsApp me. I'll give you his number. What name again? You actually did a drawing for me.
Maxi D, WhatsApp us so that Ms. Davis can look up the draftsman for you.
292-6776. 292-6776.
Lydia Price. Hi, Ms. Davis. Good evening. I'm interested in getting a piece of land or a fixer-upper in the Mandeville area. Can you help?
Sure. WhatsApp us. Tell us your budget. So when you WhatsApp us, you need to know your budget. Whether you're buying mortgage, with a mortgage or cash. And if you buy with a mortgage, you must have your pre-approval letter. If you don't have that, we're going to give you some mortgage officers who you work with. Get that letter and then you tell us. Don't start looking for property without you knowing, having a good idea of what you can afford, all right?
Okay. All right, and then there was a land equity question. Okay, that was it.
You don't have any more questions, everybody? Neither from the presentation or... All right, so if the...
T. Burrell says, ladies, it's so nice to have you back. I'm one of your main subscribers. Thank you. Oh, at this point in the meeting, we should say, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps the YouTube algorithm to share our channel with other persons.
Well, you know, you studied that one. You can hear it. You study it. All right. So, hey, ladies. Okay. Kudos to those with tiny and container houses for whatever reason. Some of them look really good. It's a closed-in space I don't like. Feels too tight. Yes, Marcia. Boy. I'm not tell a lie. I don't know.
But what I like though is that some of them, the entire front porch is the size of the entire house. So it's obvious that you're spending a lot of time on the front porch.
Onto the mosquito then, friend.
No man, there's screens in and everything.
Oh my gosh.
They've done some beautiful things
I
with
think
them.
they would be nice, but I think personally, if I am going to be 2.4 million is my budget, and I want a house and I have the land, I would build a house that is 160 square feet.
But you know
that 2.4 million can build. What happens is that we have 2.4 million and we want to build a 500 square foot at 1,000 square foot house, and it just can't do it.
But you know, Mom, if we happen to get 2.4 million at any point, we should try that.
What?
Build 160 square feet, and let's see if you don't go over budget. We challenge you, Miss Davis.
You shouldn't go over budget, but we're going to find a piece of land. The thing is, you don't want to put 160 square feet on prime land. Another thing.
No, but what you're gonna do is, well, you have to look at the land and maybe see if it could be like an outhouse, or design it so that it starts out as maybe 1 bedroom and a bathroom, and then you add the remainder of the house around it in the future. So you do it on your blueprint. This 160 square feet is maybe a room and a bathroom, and then
that look like something to park a car in. 20 by 8 feet.
Oh, it's a
garage. It's a garage. And the garage would need another 2 feet. So that would be 20 by 10 at least.
Oh,
minimum.
To open the door. So you mean to tell me when they bring the cars in the containers, how they come out of the car, the people who drive the cars in the container?
I don't know. Somebody's crane, I guess.
A crane? Push it in?
Forklift and crane and those things. I have equipment.
Oh.
But I'm looking at it because I'm 160 square feet. You should be able to do it. I don't see why not. I'd have to do a quantity report and see if it would really work out. But technically, that is the max behind it.
Okay.
That's the max, 15,000 per square feet.
And that takes into consideration, like, is this like basic tile and base, or do I get some mowing and some color?
What kind of mowing now? You're not mowing normal.
I mean, if I'm going so tiny, I should be able to get at least one luxury item in my bathroom.
Not even Seiko you get no name brand. Bed down plaza. You know, get no undermount sink, you get pedestal. No granite countertop down here.
Oh, here's another question. Winston wants to know, good afternoon. Do both the title holder need to sign the land transfer form, even if it's only one of the joint owners that is transferring their equity?
Yeah, both need to sign.
What do you mean by even if only one of
because
the
it's
joint
the
owners?
joint. All right. So me and you own a property, joint. But I'm going to give my piece to Rachel. No. Do you need to sign? I think so. No. No, you can't transfer because you sever the title. If a joint doing you sever the title, if a two of you.
The tenants in common.
No, still, well, it ever no be tenants in common. Or it can be back to joint. So if a joint, back to joint, me and you own the property. Me, I'm going to give Rachel my piece. Both of us sign, giving it to you and Rachel.
Oh.
But it's just that you're going to pay only half of the transfer.
Hey, didn't we do that already?
Yeah, we did something like that. But so it's only half. It's only half. No, but we transferred it back to ourselves. What we did was change the tenancy. Never actually give it to anybody. So we gave it back to ourselves, but we changed the tenancy. So when you do that, Tonya never transfer her piece. Tonya and piece still go back to she. But my piece went to Rachel. So we would only pay 1% of the transfer, not 2%. You only pay half of the transfer. That's really only half of the property transferred to the other person.
Okay. That's the person says back to joint.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, back to joint. Yeah. So me and Tony sign saying transfer from me and Tony to Tony and Rachel back on the joint. Yeah, I'll be sign.
All right. Steve wants to ask, other than selling houses, do you build as well? Can I come to you to build a house when I put some money together?
Depends on where. I prefer to build houses that I can finish though. I don't like piece of house. So it depends on where you're building. So we don't go into Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth and
you don't the South Coast past St. Catherine.
No, we're urban, we're city builders. We're talking about Portmore, Spanish Town, St. Andrew, gated communities on the north coast, so like Vista del Mar, gated. You're gonna do construction at Palmetto Pines too. So I have to put a team together for that. But with the developers are just selling the land, you'll build your own house.
Mm-hmm.
Build your own house. One of them also look nice, you know. Nice.
It's gonna.
When you look on them, you just want to build it.
It's gonna look nice. All right.
Question?
So, any more questions? Anyone?
All right. If you don't have any questions, maybe you can get to the closing cost statement that the gentleman asked.
Let's see.
Or any more comments? Who think the Jamaica government should check the land and check build the highway? It's called exchange. As them say, exchange is no robbery. Can build one from scratch, do you know?
Oh, we can?
Yeah, so if you bring up the Excel sheet, you just build it from scratch. I don't know if I work it out. You found one?
I have not. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Nobody asks us. Oh, maybe because we're selling so many developments.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually, is there a closing cost on the Jamaica website? No? No.
So what, a bio?
No matter, bring it up. I'll do the change. You saw that? All right.
Apparently there's both. All right. Let me share the screen. One moment.
Oh, this rose you see behind me is actually Rachel's rose. Happy Mother's Day, Rachel. Well, Fontana was telling me Happy Mother's Day. And went into Fontana Pharmacy this morning and they gave me a rose, everybody. So
how did the lady know you were a mom?
She not know. She don't look for me and was my mother.
Yeah,
you can't look at I mean, live in Jamaica, you know, and I show you pop down.
Yeah,
you look like you're not getting a sleep. Yeah, so she gave me the rose. So Rachel is about these things. Rachel, flowers are yours.
Right, you don't keep live flowers.
No, sir. I have time to take care of them something. All right. So are they seeing the screen?
Yes, they are.
Oh, you know. All right. So the person who asked me about the are they seeing the screen?
Let me see.
Everybody tell us if you're seeing the screen.
No, they're not.
Send a message.
Oh, they're not seeing my screen. But yes, they are. So
let them send a message. Message in the chat. Are you seeing the screen?
Well, we're seeing the screen.
Carol is saying that welcome back. She misses us.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, Carol. Yeah, we wanted to be back on to host them to ugly gated community and others. Maxine B. So we're going to step up again. Maxine said, I don't say ugly in the gated community. What do you think about the new Cayman land allotment? I don't even know who got them. Who got the Cayman land allotment? You talking about don't be holding on that? Or some other Cayman as land allotment?
All right, they're seeing the screen.
All right. So as a purchaser, let's just say your selling price is 18 million and you deposit 10%. Why did you delete it?
Because it's not calculating.
.10. Deposited 10%, you would have deposited 1 million. So the expenses accruing to you would be registration calculating. I don't think so.
No, I don't think anything is calculated.
Calculate this. All right, so the stamp duty now is $5,000. You pay half, so you pay $2,500, and the seller would pay $2,500. Calculate registration equal. Again, equal sale price.
You scroll up. Times.
Again.
0.002. No, that's not it.
0.25 over 100, I think. 0.25 divided by 100. I remember
that doesn't look right.
Doesn't look right. I need to look it up. Hold on. It's a sale price.
Let's calculate on this one.
No, it's blank.
But the formula is gone.
It's coming from something else. I'm seeing a sheet here.
What, this one?
I'm seeing a sheet.
Blank.
I used to know this so well is because I don't do it again, you know.
Was it like 0.00 something?
0.025 divided by 100. Divided by 100. Or it's not divided by 100. Yeah, you have to divide it by 100.
Let me see if somebody in the chat remembers.
I don't see the one. Check out this this zero here. So it's point. Check out this extra zero. I think that's it.
Can you Google it? How to
yeah, I can
Google
registration? It. Let me just check it. Going to just go in and check it. Going to Google, type in calculate registration for property purchase. Divided by 100.
Registration fee is 0.5%. of the price.
Right. That's why it is 0.25.
Okay. Half of 0.5.
Half of 0.5. Hold on. Also shared by the purchaser and equally payable to the registrar. Yeah. That's why it's 0.25, because you pay half and the other person pay half. Just divided by 100 because of the percentage. All right. So the stamp duty is half of 5,000. Registration 0.25 divided by 100. Now you're going to have some legal expenses. Those are usually sale agreement. Estimated at 100,000. You pay 50,000. Seller pays 50,000. GCT calculated at 50%. Is it calculating? And half letters.
Persons are saying that you could just multiply 0.025 or 0.25 divided by 100,
which is what I did. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, guys. 0.25 divided by 100. Yeah. Thank you. And closing costs. So closing costs here, so it'll be 164,000. This is a buyer.
So you'll be calculating the GCT, right?
Yeah, man. 15% of 10,000.
Those are still the prices, 50 and 10?
Well, it can depend on the law. So the sale agreement and the half letters is dependent on the lawyer. That's not set in stone. This is what is set in stone up here. So with the government part of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some other fees that you need to think about, you have evaluation, survey, idea, your lawyer fee. Again, you deal with this. So this lawyer fee is now at 3%. No, this one calculated at 2%. And the survey ID is 30, but those would have gone up now. So you just deal with them on that. All right, let me say a seller now. So on the seller side, the only thing that's different on the seller side,
we calculate the registration amount.
The registration, the only thing different on the seller side is a 2% transfer tax. This transfer tax of 160,000. That's the only thing that's different.
But that's it.
0.25 divided by 100. Divided by 100. Yeah. All right. So basically, those are the costs. Now remember that these costs don't have the, what's not here yet is the he wanted for buyer. What's not here yet is the fees that you would pay to the bank if you're borrowing. Now, if you borrow only from National Housing Trust, National Housing Trust does charge you a fee. I don't remember if it's 4 or 5%, but they do charge you a fee, but it's rolled up into the loan. Mm-hmm. So you don't actually see it or have to take it out of your pocket. The banks also charge you a fee. Again, I don't know if it's 3, 4, 5%, but that you have to take out of your pocket. So not only will you have these closing costs here, you'll also have the bank's closing costs if you decide to borrow from the bank.
Oh, so if you're buying a house, you have to take into consideration your bank fees, mm-hmm. these closing cost fees, mm-hmm. plus your deposit.
Yeah. Okay. But these fees don't come to you all at once. So therefore, this 47,500 is going to come in the end when you're closing. I'm asked for that. The development, they may ask for it up front, this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
also, this might come to you in the back.
You have to pay all of those up front.
Yeah, but not with the deposit stage, just the same. And then these now, what you have to do now. So you get the valuation, get the survey, lawyers usually come at the back end. Mm-hmm. So usually if you find the deposit mm-hmm. and can deposit on the property, all of this will roll up. Somehow, some way. Persons who have bought properties will tell you. They usually just have the source of deposit. Mm-hmm. And then by the time them go through the sale process and need valuation and borrow, them call up, them with this, them don't pay rent, and start cost, them do all kind of
some at the end too when it comes to paying the bank fees, you just sell their vehicle.
Yeah.
Pay the bank fee.
Yeah, some person sell the vehicle. And sell the furniture.
Yeah.
I had to sell my furniture for the closing costs, which was not the closing costs, the escalation.
Oh, that's why we moved so light.
Yeah. It was a light. No. So any more questions? So that's it for the
Someone's asked if they can get a copy of the Excel sheet. Yes.
you have to send us a WhatsApp for it.
I think I can provide it.
What? As a link?
Yeah.
So you can build a calculator, man. Build a calculator.
That's beyond my skill set.
Beyond your skill set, you have to get resourceful.
I know I got to just call upon my sister.
You get that to Rachel in a 2-2, she build that and forget about it. She would not fumble about 0.25 divided
I
by
know she
wouldn't. Everybody, I know you all have one of those in your family, a maths brains who just run circles around everybody. Any more questions? Anything else you want to tell them?
No, that's it.
You sure you don't have any questions, guys? We'll answer all the questions.
What I like today, everybody's at Mother's Day.
Oh, yeah, everybody at Mother's Day. So, there are no more questions. We're going to release it today so that you can get back to the Mother's Day.
Yeah, you can start yours, Mom.
And I can start my Mother's Day. Those stats. Oh, my God. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for having us. We did a marathon last week. But I know you want to get back to your Mother's Day. So thank you so much for jumping on, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great rest of Mother's Day.
Bye, everyone. You know, I'm starting to look like you.
Really?
Yes.
Good thing or bad thing?
Oh, it's a good thing.
Yeah. All right. So bye, everybody.
Bye.